Okay, let's try again this morning. Yesterday, actually, I wanted to discuss something about, if you have high-level ideas or whatever, I think, especially in Blitz, they need to be almost automatic, so you're still looking at the resources in the position. So I think that goes for high-level ideas that you're sort of thinking about, but also maybe you've read Nxe5 or whatever. You can't I don't think thinking about theoretical things at the expense of the concrete position is dangerous. I think one way, when I was speaking to a Kobe in Gibraltar, I mentioned Nxe5 to him and stuff like that, and he says it all becomes automatic, and so it's maybe there's an implication that this is no good, this line, because Queen G4. I did some Rivka analysis on it recently, so this should be good fun. Queen G4, knight takes, queen takes B4. So if generalizations become automatic, then you're sort of less tied down by them to look for for concrete stuff. And hopefully in this position is Queen G7 good. That is the right move, Queen G7, I think. Then I've got Bishop H6 potentially. To sort of virtually pin that. Or is there anything better? A3. So knight takes, then A takes B. Doesn't really want to take that there because Bishop H6, that'll be losing the exchange. Bishop moves back. Bishop H6 here. Takes, King D1. Bishop can always move back. I think A3 is kind of promising, I hope. A3 here. So now Bishop H6, surely. Strong. Win the exchange. Yeah. Bishop D3. So hopefully, after King D2, maybe we're going to just take and then King E3. Oh, the knight's kind of good there. F4, knight C5. I think that should be played anyway. That's H3, G4. H3 and G4 first. And try and get an F5. F4, F5. Alright, C3. Just to leave the bishop on this diagonal. Right, now my king might be in trouble, so I better do something about this king safety issue. Bishop B5 actually looks as though it's annoying, that knight anyway. Concrete resource. See, I mean, even being wary of one's own plans is kind of a high level thing. That could become automatic, and you just look for concrete resources. So like Bishop B5 is a concrete resource, and he's resigned here, so DrModel's just been quickly knocked out here. 19 moves. Let's have a quick review. So can you push things to be automatic, whether they're your own plans, high-level plans that you've been theorizing about, or things you've been learning about, like if you've just been reading Nxe5, My System. Do you put these into the back of your mind and still focus on the concrete, resources in the position? Because here, Queen G4 is kind of breaking a lot of rules of chess, moving the queen out early in the opening. But it's kind of justified here because of the tactics. Working. I've analysed this before with Rivka, this line. So it's a great line. But I had to make a critical decision here about C3. I didn't really want to play Bishop D2 or Bishop H6 here because this takes and just go back to b4. So by robbing him of the not robbing, getting rid of the dark square bishop, and bishop h6 is a lot more effective now. Where's the rook going? So it has to be protected. So he ends up losing the exchange. But yeah, these concrete resources in the position, and here, if I'm not careful, combination of c4 and bishop moving and d4 could be dangerous for my king. So it's good that there's another concrete resource there. But yeah. So do you try and make things automatic, that in terms of high level thinking, and just try and focus on the variations? And if you do that, things like Kotov, think like Grandmaster, when they're pumping out all these variations, is in the back of their mind all this stuff automatic? In which case maybe Kotov wasn't kind of over exaggerating analysis, he just took it for granted. Is it possible that he just took basic understanding, planning, strategic planning, all that for granted in the analysis, that all of that did become automatic, any high level sort of thinking, pawn chains, undermining, because it's not really expressed in just reams and reams of variations, is it, if there's no evidence of that. But anyway, please leave any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.